Good morning, everyone. It's JB with your weekly middle school update. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend with your families celebrating the holidays. First and foremost, on behalf of the rest of the middle school faculty, I just want to thank you all and express how impressed we have been with your patience and flexibility and positive attitudes as we continue to work remotely. We know how challenging this time is for you all, and we miss seeing you every day. So thank you for continuing to bring your best selves even from home.
Okay, so I know your advisors mentioned this to you on Thursday morning, but I wanted to remind everyone that we've updated the weekly schedule, which goes into effect today. After receiving a lot of feedback from you all about what was and wasn't working over the past couple of weeks, we created something that we think will help you to find a better, more efficient school work and home responsibility balance, as well as lessen the amount of overall screen time that's required of you. So, here are some of the biggest changes. Firstly, we heard from many of you that having class meet every Monday felt frenetic and exhausting by the end of the day. So, instead of just shortening the class periods on Mondays, which likely would have been an inefficient use of time, we have made Mondays student work days and teacher curriculum development days. So, what might this day look like? Well, here's my son James to show you how not to spend your Mondays. So instead of playing video games, teachers will be available for extra help office hours following this schedule. If you have specific questions for teachers or need to check in, please email your teachers and schedule a time within one of these set blocks when they'll be available to help you. This is also a great day to finish up any assignments that are due for Tuesday or Wednesday classes or to casually get in some humanities or outside reading. Your advisors can help you to plan out your time on Mondays if you need some guidance there. And speaking of advisory, you'll note that advisory is now going to meet at 8:45 every morning instead of 8:30, which gives you an extra 15 minutes of sleep. You're welcome. Wednesday morning is a required homeroom check-in in place of the morning advisory, so grade deans will provide some important class-specific updates at that time. And then your afternoon advisory will still meet from 11:25 until 11:55. So thirdly, your classes are now 60 minutes long. It's really important that you understand that this does not mean that you'll be in front of your screen for an hour straight. Your teachers are working really hard to develop classes like the sample one that you see on your screen that have you doing a variety of activities, some on screen, some away from the screen. The maximum amount of time that these classes are going to meet is for an hour, and likely they'll be shorter than that. Humanities classes will meet a maximum of 3 times per week, so you'll always have one free block per week. You'll always have at least 15 minutes between classes to take a short stretch break or grab a healthy snack or what have you. Every day, mid afternoon, we've set aside time for work time, lunch, and activities. So clubs will meet during that time, and I'll post a list of scheduled club meetings every Monday on Google Classroom so you know what's going to be meeting and when. If you want your club to meet during this time, or if you have an idea for some kind of an inclusive activity that you might like to run yourself, just let me know and we can add it to the schedule and make it happen. This block could also be a great time to take a break from schoolwork, get outside if it's nice, take a walk, do a workout. I want to make sure that you're aware that Paul San Clemente, our strength and conditioning coach, created a series of awesome YouTube videos that you can access using the link in this slideshow, which I'll put up on Google Classroom. You'll notice too that division meeting is now back on the schedule. So those are going to be Zoom meetings in a webinar format. So that's going to allow for eighth grade speakers to share their hard work with the community. Attendance at these webinar meetings is mandatory, as our eighth grade speakers deserve just as attentive an audience in remote format as those who have already delivered their speeches. Finally, this Friday will be our first ever middle school coffee house. We're looking for a lot of different kinds of opportunities for community building, and this is one that Miss Oster is putting together. And she's already got a handful of students lined up to be featured talent on Friday. Coffee House is an event that's been going on in the upper school for a long time now, and the atmosphere is one where all judgment is left at the door. We see the best of supportive, inclusive community that we love and value so much about Rivers. So I know you all will demonstrate that same kind of spirit this Friday during the performances. In fact, to give you a little preview of what you might see, here's Mr. Baker delivering a dramatic reading of some Taylor Swift.
We are never ever getting back together. Lyrics by Taylor Swift. A dramatic reading. I remember when we broke up the first time saying, this is it, I've had enough. Because, like, we hadn't seen each other in a month. When you said you needed space. What? Then you come around again and say, baby, I miss you and I swear I'm gonna change, trust me. Remember how that lasted for a day? I say, I hate you. We break up, you call me, I love you. Ooh, we called it off again last night, but ooh, this time I'm telling you, we are never, ever, ever getting back together. We are never, ever, ever getting back together. You go talk to your friends, talk to my friends, talk to me, but we are never, ever, ever, ever getting back together. Like, ever.
So be sure to fill out the Google form link if you're interested in performing, and you can also email Miss Oster or me with any questions. Have a great week, everybody. See you later.
I used to think that we were forever, ever, and I used to say, never say never. Ugh.